that something you'll evaluate with that added time?
We'll evaluate obviously everything, but like I said to you guys, when you win, when you lose, it's never about one person. We all collectively have to do a better job, and that's going to be starting with us as coaches, starting with me as a coach, finding solutions to getting the offense going. And so I'll put that on us as a staff, and put that on me most individually there to help get this thing pointed in the right direction. But yeah, no, I still stay with that. You can't. It's the greatest team sport there is, and it's never about one person. We all have to look internally and all have to get better, and coaches and players.
When you offense though, you return 10 or 11 starters, you guys spend more money on that than any other team in the NFL. Why is it not?
Yeah, if I wish I could tell you this is exactly what it is, and this is hard. It's not easy to you know to be successful, stay successful. So we have to find again. We have to do it collectively. We have to do it collectively as a unit. Like obviously, if I knew exactly what it was and everything that it was, then we'd have fixed it. But right now, we're still searching and we're still looking, and a lot of football left to play. 8-4 right now, a lot of football left to play. And this weekend will be an opportunity for us to find more answers and to figure things out as coaches, players being able to rest, to gear up for this last stretch of 5 games left. But obviously it hasn't been good enough. Coaching, playing, and we got to find answers.
I know you've had a chance to watch the game, but from your initial reaction to the game, there's some common themes that you feel really hurting you guys today.
Again, I it was. I felt like just the entire. It was both units, offense, defense. Hats off to them. They played a good game. They coached a good game. They outcoached us. They outplayed us. And so that's obviously something that I need to go through and watch the tape, look through it. But to say, I don't want to, again, they ran for however many yards. We didn't run for many yards. We lost the turnover battle. We lost the explosive play battle. All those things are going to dictate the win and loss.
Typically, you pride yourself on having a very physical team. They ran for 281 today. What is the disconnect that you think happened there?
Yeah. Again, have to look at it. They did a really good job of kind of how they attacked and executing it. Hats off to them. But obviously we've won a lot of football games, being on the other end of that, and so we just got to get back to playing and coaching Eagles football.
Can you take us through the end of the first half there? You let like 30 seconds or so run off the clock to the 2-minute warning. Normally we see you pushing for points.
We were still pushing for points. We were still pushing for points. We had 3 timeouts, ball at the 38. We had plenty of time to go and score a touchdown and be the last ones with the football. So we got the 1 yard on the completion with 2:37 or whatever, and then took it to the 2-minute warning, and we were going on the ball after that.
It seems uncharacteristic of you to.
No, we would play that. That was pretty. That's normal to how we would play that at the end of a half. But we were still, again, when we got back to, getting it off a second down on the 2-minute warning, we would have been on the ball there and going.
And if I could ask you, just to clarify what you said earlier about evaluating everything. So does that mean you are evaluating, like changing the play call?
No, we're not changing the play caller. But we will evaluate everything, and that's what this weekend we'll have another little mini bye, and I think that's the, another short week, another short week that leads to a long weekend where we'll evaluate everything. But again, like I said, after that, it's never just about one person, right? You win as a team, you lose as a team, and you try to evaluate everything, win, lose, or draw, and get better from it.
What's Rogan doing to give you that confidence?
Yeah, again, I have confidence in the entire group. Again, I know it will keep coming back to Kevin, but again, if I thought it was one thing, then you make those changes. Obviously, it's a lot of different things. But I don't think it is Kevin. Now we all have a part in it. Kevin has a part of it. I have a part of it. All the coaches have a part of it. All the players have a part of it. Again, you win and lose as a team. It's never on one thing.
Saquon had 13 carries, 34 passes for Jalen on a windy night. Is that just a game flow thing?
Yeah, and then also how how the game goes at the end, where you're trying to get back in the game. We obviously had a lot of throws there at the end. I thought early on we had some good runs. We didn't have a ton of plays in the first half, but early on we had some good runs. But I think you can chalk that up. Again, we want to be balanced with how we attack, but we'll do whatever we need to do to try to win each and every game. Obviously, we didn't tonight, but I think a little bit of that was, some of the 2-minute stuff that we had there at the end of the game.
Is there a plan to get into tank at some point? He'd obviously had that one really big game, and he has not seen the field as much.
Yeah, he's still always going to be the guy that comes in for Saquon, and like I said, we want to get Saquon more than 13 carries, also. But we have a lot of confidence in him when he goes into the football game to make plays, and we'll continue to roll the way we're rolling with it. And but yeah, when he goes in, he's had some really good plays. But yeah, we'll continue to roll. We want to make sure we get Saquon the football because we know how explosive he can be when he has the football.
What was the biggest issues with the run defense tonight?
I'm sorry.
The biggest issues with the run defense.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things. So you're gonna look and say, first of all, did we do the things we needed to do as coaches to help put them in positions? And then it's going to be about block destruction, tackling, getting how we get off the blocks, how we tackle. Have to look at that. Felt like we, Swift had a couple opportunities or had a couple of plays that he got some extra yards with some yards after making some guys miss. He's an electric back. But again, I'll have to look at exactly what all of it that went down, but I know that when you're giving up that many yards, again, everybody has a hand in that. So, how with where we are as far as, how where we're putting guys on defense, but then also how we block destruct and how we, take on blocks and how we tackle.
What's the thinking between
With those factors of block destruction and those things, I'm sure there's schematic parts of that, but in correcting, it seems like there might be a motivational, an effort part of that, toughness on your on how you get that across. How do you go about correcting that?
Yeah, I see our guys playing with extreme effort. That's something that we talk about a lot. We look at a lot. We chart our loafs, and our guys. I know I've seen for the past. What are we on? 12 games or 11 games, extreme effort. So I'm never going to question that because they've proven it to me over and over and over again how hard they play for each other. So I don't think at all it was an effort thing.
John Hurst's performance.
Yeah, again, we just the as an offense as a whole. Obviously, we weren't good enough as an offense as a whole. Coaching, playing, everything. Obviously, go back, look at everything, but I thought he made some good plays, had some good scrambles, had some good things that he did, and he's going to want, just like all of us, he had some plays that he'll want back, and he had some really good plays. But again, we just weren't consistent enough as a whole.
Scoring to go down 9, in scoring to go down 9, what's the thinking between the 2-point conversion, the first touchdown, and then the potential second touchdown?
Yeah. Obviously, we had to get one at one point. We had to get a 2-point conversion at one point. I've done a lot of studies on that in my notes. Down 9, I'm always going to go for 2 in that scenario. So I followed the plan that, again, I don't try to take anything for. I don't try to wing anything in the situational football. That's what I wanted to do. That's in my notes from my studies in the past, and that's what we did. Now, the thought behind it is, at least, you want to know exactly what you need right there. As far as, if you go down 7, then obviously it's a 1-score game. If you go down 8, I know it's a 1-score game as well. But yeah, that's what we do in that scenario. I'll always go back and look and reconsider things. had 3 timeouts there to be able to potentially kick it deep there. If we did get it, obviously we didn't in that particular case, but at some point you're going to need it, and I always want to know early what I need going forward.
All right, thank you, folks.
Thank